Hey, how you guys doing? This is William Myers, Mantis Outdoors, and today we're going to be working with the LT Wright Genesis. We'll be playing around with it today. This is one of my favorite knives other than the GNS, and a lot of people get those two knives mixed up. You know, they'll be asking me questions about a GNS, but their questioning is leading me towards that's a Genesis that you're talking about. So we're going to get some of those points cleared out too as well. So the LT's Genesis knife is a kept art style blade, about 4.5 inches, a little bit, actually it's a little bit over 4-inch cutting blade, 9 inches overall. It's A2 steel. You can choose either green or black micarta from my understanding. It's got a high polished Scandi edge on it. He does make some that are full flat, so those are some of the options that you have when you're choosing your Genesis. Alright, so now we're going to start checking this blade out and see how the edge retention is and things like that. And right away I can tell, you know, I've worked with a Genesis for a little bit over a year now, so I mean, like I said, it's one of my favorite blades. This thing will run on wood beautifully. That Scandi edge will grab with the very lightest of touches and run ridges for feather sticking, for even spoon carving, for detailed cuts, trap crafting, etc. This knife is going to be what you're going to want to use. This is a crafting knife. This is a good skinner as well. I've processed deer out with a Genesis before many times. It works very well. The good thing about a kept art style blade is that when you are opening up, say like a deer or even other animals of that matter, it's not like a spear point, and it's not, you know, it's a kept art style blade like that, and that allows you to get underneath the skin, and it kind of rides right over the muscle of the animal and just basically takes it up like a zipper. But let's continue on testing out the edge. This is out of the box. Then we're going to do some work with it. So pretty much all points of the edge are absolutely razor sharp. I'm satisfied with that. Now let's get to some batoning, some notching. Make a kind of a, not a whole tri-stick, but we'll make like half a tri-stick with it. Do some other stuff with it, see how this edge holds up. Alright, so let's get to some batoning. Split out this wood. That way we can use this for some of our other tests as well. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite knives. The GNS and the Genesis are probably two of my favorite knives that I use on a daily basis, and they both happen to come from LT. Get a nice block out of this. This is probably what we'll make our tri-stick out of. Probably won't go through all the notchings in a tri-stick. We'll go through some of them. Hogs wood when you need it to hog wood. It does the detailed work when you need it to. This is an all-around good blade. Doesn't do one thing and that's it. You know, one thing very, very well. It does a number of things really good. Your smaller camp tasks and your larger camp chores. Nice little square board. All right, let's get to some notchings. So we can start out just by rocking the actual wood back and forth. Make a round notch. Make a round notch out of a square pole. Makes perfect sense, right? And we're just going into the grind of the wood itself as flat as we can, rocking our knife as deep as we get in. All right. Then we're going to come behind that and make our notch in. And this notch can be used for construction means, for putting things together, locking pieces in, etc. It's one that I actually don't use very often. We come on the back side of that notch. It's called a round notch, but it's going to be square. But you'll get the point. This way we get to utilize the tip of the knife. Use my thumb as a power assist. And practicing with little notchings like this, it might not be, like a tri-stick. What are you going to use it for? But it's making you more comfortable with certain knife techniques. The way that Kepart style blade is designed is really useful for getting into the tight spots that I'm in right now. And this is one of the longer notches for me to cut, but you can dress it up. We're pretty much done. We can do something like a pot hanger. That we're going to do just by making a simple X in the wood. I'm not wanting to baton these in, just to show you that just this rocking motion of the knife itself will make what I want it to make. Goes through that grain of that wood very nicely. Come behind the notch, dress it up. And again, we can use the tip of that blade to come in and kind of scorp out some of the wood from the V-notch. Now crudely, from the shape of the wood, we have something that we can hang a pot from, etc. And just a plain old-fashioned flat notch. Again, I'm using my thumb for a power assist and for a little bit of control, because when you're making a flat notch, if you are out of control with it, if you go too hard, too fast, you'll just come into your notch and you'll bust your notch out. So you just kind of make slow, controlled cuts right to the notch. Dress it out. There's a regular plain old flat notch. Those can be used for trap making, even shelter building in some cases. A lot of things those notches can be used for. Alright, we'll baton this one in. Let's make a square notch. And there you go. Nice little square notch. Again, we can bring that, the shape of that tip is unique in the fact that you can come in and dress things up by using like maybe like a scooping motion. You know, there's a reason why this is one of my favorite blades, guys. This is a great knife. All right, so just to test the 90-degree spine out on this knife, I'm teaching Jess here a couple things in Bushcraft, and we're gonna go ahead and test the 90-degree spine out on this live fire. And all you have to do is take the tip of the knife and kind of rough it up a little bit, like right here. Keep it a little closed. Just kind of get some rough, fine fibers. You want surface area basically. So the surface area is what's going to take a spark. There you go, getting those fine fibers roughed up, fluffed up. That should be plenty. And then you can just kind of shower with sparks, but basically lock your knuckle down and bring the ferro rod up. Remember, make an X over your target.
Scrap.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah, live fire is really nice too because, you know, it'll keep going unless it doesn't. But you know, if you can light a fire really quickly with it, or you can open it up and it'll burn for like 45 minutes total. But you can slowly progress it like a candle. You know, I really like this product. And then all you have to do to snuff it out is to close it. But really good product there, just as a side note. But obviously you can see LT knows how to make a 90-degree spine. Yeah. Got a spark to hit right there. Hopefully it's on camera. Just kind of wanted to distill the myth that you can't get A2 to strike sparks, because it's not like A01, but it can still work.
You can clearly see it.
Yep. So I mean, we didn't get a strike to got like maybe some bad char cloth here, I don't know. I had 4 or 5 strikes hit the char cloth right on it, so maybe I have to get some little bit better char cloth. But the point here is that A2 steel will strike a spark. Is it like 01? No. You know, my experiences with 01 steel strikes a little bit better, but it can be done. Are we out here starting fires with our knives every day? No. But it's something, you know, it's an option that's nice to have. You know, if things are completely screwed, I can use my knife to start a fire.
Yeah, so somebody tells you, oh, don't get A2, you can't strike sparks with a rock.
You can.
That's not true.
You can. Just show them this video then. Kind of trying to pop out this board here. One of the things that a Scandi grind is really good for is like planing, straightening. See, I wanted to show doing those finer tasks and then doing kind of the more heavier tasks in the field, bushcraft tasks. It'll definitely handle the heavy jobs, and it does the finer tasks as well. Pretty flat side there. Had to work for a little while to get that flattened out, but it does what I want it to do. Cool thing about this tip is that it's almost perfect for making bow drill divots and starting holes, things like that. If you got a thin enough board, you can almost drill from opposite sides, just switching side to side with this thing. But starting a bow drill knot is very easy. You know, one of the more important things about this blade is, you know, the quality of steel and the quality of the edge retention and things like that. This edge is still razor sharp after everything that we've done with it. We've been working out here for probably a better side of 45 minutes non-stop with this blade, and it's still right on razor sharp. This blade's only $175. Just as you see it. I don't know if that comes with a sheath or not. I'm not sure. Yeah, leather. Okay, so $175 with a leather sheath. You're not gonna be able to beat that anywhere for this quality. The handle on this blade is, as always with all LT's knives, just outrageously comfortable. You can work with this knife and not fatigue at all for probably a good hour and a half at least, without even having to take a break. If you can just kind of zoom in a little bit, you can see the scallops on the handle. Makes control cuts very easy. You know, we've been beating the heck out of this blade, guys. The polish isn't even scuffed up, and the edge is still absolutely razor sharp for $175. I don't really know where you're going to find a knife of this quality that can be used as a main knife for $175, guys. Just to be honest. Alright guys, well, this has been William Myers, Mantis Outdoors. If you enjoyed the video, I appreciate it if you click subscribe down below. It's the little red button. Liking my videos helps me and my channel out a lot. Appreciate all your views, comments, and support. Hopefully, we'll see you out in the woods.